Okay. You mentioned earlier, but I want to touch on it on its own. Kurupt is currently doing an interview on YouTube, and he mentioned how he didn't really become a fully alcoholic as far as drinking every day from morning to night until Tupac came and introduced him to Hennessy. You talked a little bit about it earlier, but can you speak on that?
Well, all I can say, honestly, because I don't know how much he was drinking, all I can just say is prior to Park coming to death row in October of '95, I've observed Corrupt walking around with bottles of Fifths, of Hennessy's at 10 a.m. in the morning, walking around drinking for breakfast a bottle of hen. And so he could have stepped it up to a liter or a bigger bottle. I don't know, so I can't say either way on that. But I'm just saying, Corrupt been drinking Hennessy, and he was drinking that prior to Pac coming to death row. And that's the only thing bad that I got to say about Corrupt. Other than that, Corrupt been keeping it 100 as he always do, speaking positive on death row and should. Nothing bad to say. So, like I said before, not gonna say anything bad to Corrupt. Corrupt was one that left. He went out there to Philadelphia. He got out of his contract by filing bankruptcy, and that's how Corrupt got his contract dismissed by filing BK. Uh, I wanted to touch on people leaving. Dr. Dre, we all know how he left. He left and left 50% of his company to death row, his half. Snoop was rights were assigned to Priority Records for $4.5 million and a 5 or 7%. I forget the number. I think it was 5%. I've been saying 7% override on the three albums that he had remaining left. Um, who else was a big artist? Das, we know how that ended up, but Das stuck around until about 99, 2000, until he saw um, something happen where he left in like
Yeah.
2000, 2001. When, oh,
The amphitheater. Yep.
the uh, the thing in the source when me and Big C Style kind of fell out behind the crossing out Nate Dogg and Snoop or off the Dog Pound in the magazine in the source where we had the red and blue rag shaking. That happened in 99, 2000, 2001, something like that. But yeah, so that's how that happened. Nate Dogg was sold to Breakaway Records. Our boy David Mystery, who we eventually ended up hiring, running retail for us later on. But Dave Mystery, and I ended up going back working for him after he got back up, working at American Music. Bought Nate Dogg and bought all his rights. And any back pay that was owed or anything for him for $500,000 we got for Nate Dogg and gave them that album. Um, that's pretty much it. Tupac, we continue to you know to distribute and or be label partners with him and Amaru Records until about 4 or 5 albums later. And then the other person, the last was somebody else that were big names. What's that
I know
name?
they didn't. I know they didn't put out any music, but and I don't think you've
Oh, the
ever spoke on
Outlaws.
this. How did OFTB leave, or why did OFTB leave? Do you remember?
Who
Don't
wanted
care.
them? Bye, bye. Even though I ended up start messing with, no, that was the Young Soldiers, Sugar Booger and Big Y. Those were my niggas. I ended up taking them to American music and doing the album The Takeover. Y'all go listen to The Takeover. Y'all go listen to The Takeover. Y'all gonna love that album with the relatives. That's all Reggie Wright doing. For those who say, Reggie don't know nothing about the music business. He don't know how to do. Go bump the relatives to take over. Who put that album together? CJ Mad, Tiny T, The Realest, Snoop Dogg, uh, Tupac, B Brazy. All of them were the relatives album. 6ix9ine when he was hot. Dub C, Head Rush, the producer. Man, come on. Even got a Michael Jackson clearance on that. So, yeah. But Reggie don't know the game. Reggie don't know what he doing. He was just security. Go bump the relative album and come back and say that.
Okay. Speaking on Kurupt, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I'm just curious because a lot of people feel like Kurupt's lyrics at a certain point, he was so good lyrically as far as on The Chronic and on Doggy Style and Murder Was the Case and all that, and then he had a sharp drop off. Do you think the alcohol could have caused something like that? I mean, if you're constantly drunk, it's got to be hard to write, I would imagine. So I wanted to ask you that, and then I wanted to ask you too, in this new interview that he's doing, he does seem healthier as far as I can tell from, I don't know if you can tell, so that's a good thing. But
That's a
just
good
wanted to get your
thing.
thoughts on those.
He said he's alcohol free currently. He said he did stints like that before, so I hope he don't revert back. But he said he hasn't been drinking, so he does look good. But once that kidney and that liver go, I'm sure he on all type of dialysis and treatment. Just ain't speaking it. But I wish Kurupt nothing but the best. Yeah, I think I don't, but I really do. Kurupt. When you think about Kurupt don't. Kurupt don't only want to keep it 100. I like all of them. He
Yeah.
don't diss nobody. He don't say nothing negative. He just all about Kurupt, speaking this truth. What he believe. We all make mistakes. We all misquoted, misunderstood. And that's all I will ever say about Kurupt. Kurupt had one bad thing in his background, and I think that was alcohol related. Other than that, I can't think of nothing bad about Kurupt. Explain to us, for trivia for today, is explain how Kurupt came back to Death Row in 2001.
Okay. And if you get that right, you'll win this Tupac T-shirt that's on the screen right now. But to enter, make sure you type out your comment. I mean, type out your answer and leave it in the comments of this video, and then we'll pick a winner and send it out to you.